Sorry.
Raphael.
I mean, honestly.
We can do this.
Come on, Raphael. Keep it down.
Hey, what's being right back here with Fireman Three Houses are Verdant, when Assassin's only run where we've just seized the Great Bridge of Murden. And it's time to debrief about that. Take it away, Claude.
Everyone, the Great Bridge of Murden is ours.
Thank you, thank
I
you.
was prepared for bloodshed, but that was more than expected. I guess I'm still not used to this.
Yeah, being a mercenary is a little different than murdering a billion people in a war, isn't it?
Even our enemies were
He
fighting
said,
for
laughing.
their own cause. They held out without fleeing until the bitter end.
You don't have to get used to it.
That is true. I wouldn't want to become the type of person who feels nothing when someone dies.
Now it's on me to return to Alliance territory and convince those lords to join us. Lawrence, would you return home for the time being and lay the groundwork with your father?
Fine. After all, this is for the Alliance. Or rather, for all of Fodlan.
We can send Raphael to do it if you'd like.
For those of you who live in Alliance territories, I ask that you return to your houses and spread the word about the current situation. Until we finish our preparations.
And go
Judith
armed,
and the
because some of them
knights
might
will
not
do
take
everything
kindly.
in their power to defend the Great Bridge.
That's a casual way to dole out such a deadly mission, boy.
Do you object?
Just who do you think I am? I won't let the Empire pass this way, even if it costs me my life.
Too bad you're not allowed to die. Fight like your life depends on it, but flee if you're ever truly in danger.
A tall order, as always. I'll use my best discretion, Claude.
Thank you, Judith.
We have no
Unfortunately, that means
objections
she won't be hanging around the
either.
monastery anymore, I
Choice is
guess.
Sufficiently powerful army.
Everyone was really enjoying your company.
I'll stay here too. The only ones I'd be going home to are my little sis and my grandpa.
Are you sure you don't want to see your sister? It may be a while before you can return home again.
But if I see her, I may not want to come back. So
It's
I'll
true.
wait till I'm done here.
I'll stay here too.
Actually, I'd like for you to come with me, Teach.
Oh.
To help negotiate with the Lords.
That sounds hard.
They're followers of the Church of Seros, after all. It'll make things easier if we have someone there to speak on Rhea's behalf.
Probably you're right.
All right, everyone. Let's meet back at the monastery next month. Good luck out there.
What, in like a month?
Is that you, kiddo?
I have returned, Nardell.
So how long
Ah,
is the time
Master
skip here?
Claude, it's you. I mistook you for one of the local children. My apologies.
It seems you have adjusted to your work here. Our recent strategy was successful, thanks to you.
I was a bit concerned when House Goneril's army intervened from the east.
Count Gloucester must have requested reinforcements from them.
Yes, and they have that young general who won some acclaim from his battles in Elmira.
Hold on a tick. Didn't realize House Goneril wasn't an Empire supporter at this point.
Regardless, they showed no signs of seriously wishing to attack us, and merely fulfilled their obligations to House Gloucester.
I see.
Now then, who is this handsome fellow?
Oh,
This is my
no one.
professor, who I asked to join me at the Roundtable Conference. Teach, this is Nardell, that retainer Judith was talking about.
Nice to meet you.
How polite. I've heard good things about you from Master Claude.
Is that so? I find that really hard to believe.
As you can see, he wasn't born in Fodlan. Still, trust me when I say he is highly capable.
True. In
Don't know
fact,
why that would have any bearing
ability
whatsoever.
is my only redeeming quality. I hope you'll continue to look after Master Claude, Professor.
I'll try. Wow, was that really all the meeting we had to do? Man, I'm glad I did that instead of hanging around guarding the bridge. That was a million times easier. All I had to do was talk to Nardell, and he was super chill. Ah, what a relief.
Part 2. Verdant Wind. Great Tree Moon. Blood of the Eagle and Lion.
You know what that means, folks. There's a momentous battle ahead. But first,
Now in control of the Great Bridge of Murden, the Alliance army invades the Imperial territories. In response, the
Look at those
Imperial
deer.
army garrisons soldiers at Fort Mercius.
that ox looks mighty displeased with the situation. Well, that first step to retaking all of the Alliance territory is basically done. I mean, who's gonna resist when they're all enclosed? Like this. Oh, next month? That only took like 4 days. Unless it was this
All of that
February,
went about as well as it
last
could've.
month.
Each lord has agreed to provide us with soldiers and supplies.
Oh, good. It's not just Judas we'll be relying on anymore. Raphael's gonna go around and personally thank all of them for giving us
I'm
food.
impressed you were able to convince all of those scattered nobles to help us.
Silver-tongued this one, isn't he?
I thought they would quarrel about how much support they should each provide. That's what they usually do.
Well, Count Gloucester took the initiative in taking on responsibilities.
Thanks to a certain someone, I imagine.
I presume that was because you spoke with him in advance, Lawrence.
I merely explained the situation at hand. Then my father simply followed your lead, Claude.
I reckon you undersell yourself there. That probably would have been really difficult.
It was because you had the professor there to represent Lady Rhea. My father is a pious follower of the Church of Ceres.
Ah.
I don't doubt it. I wasn't under the delusion that it was my personal charm that unified everyone. Thanks for that, by the way. I hope you don't feel like I used you, because I sort of used you.
I mean, I would have kind of preferred to hang out at the bridge, but instead of doing all that exhausting talking to people, but whatever, had to be done. I'm not well pleased.
I understand. You're having a hard time adjusting to your new role, aren't you? You weren't even a follower of Ceros to begin with, and somehow you've ended up as a representative of the church.
Oh, don't worry. I don't need the play-by-play. I was there, and it was awkward.
I realize that you might feel guilty about deceiving the believers for our cause. But this is just what the Archbishop wanted, and she's the highest authority in the church.
You got some point. You did leave me here, knowing full well that I hadn't a clue what I was doing.
Besides, as wielder of the Sword of the Creator, it's undeniable that you're special.
Man, I don't like to look at it that way.
You should be more confident in yourself and use your position to the fullest.
I have news.
Well, we'll see.
Our enemy is gathering troops at Fort Merceus.
That's
Their
so.
army is immense, likely led by a renowned general. Or perhaps even...
Edelgard?
Well now, that would be interesting. If we can defeat the Emperor, then the Empire will collapse.
There's something else. An unidentified army has approached the Great Bridge of Murden. They passed through the Daphne and Gloucester territories from the northwest with incredible speed. They're raising the banner of House Blathid. Perhaps they are the remnants of the Fargus royal family.
Seems a safe bet if they came from the kingdom.
From what we could tell, they posed no threat to the citizens of the Alliance, and so we refrained from engaging them in needless
We just said, come on by.
Maybe they hope to fight against the Empire to avenge their fallen prince. And what about the bridge itself?
Obviously, we wouldn't let them pass without receiving envoys first. We thought they may try to force their way through. We considered firing warning arrows, but they left immediately, heading east.
Are they intending to use one of the bridges in Ordelia territory?
Most likely. But the Imperial Army still controls those bridges. I can't imagine what they intend
That'll be a
to do in
pretty,
the Empire.
even a harder fight than just asking us for passage.
I'm reluctant to ease up on our surveillance, but it would be difficult to track them there. For now, let's assume they're just troops belonging to the Old Kingdom. In any case, we should proceed with...
This doesn't really seem like a meeting we should be having in a building with the roof blown out.
Soon we'll be entering Empire territory ourselves.
Why not the
If our
Cardinals'
enemies are
room?
going to intercept us with an attack, it will probably be at Gronder Field. How fitting that it was the site of the Battle of the Eagle and Lion 5 years ago.
How fitting indeed. Very well, it's to our first free day here. I was thinking probably this month we're not going to be so daring as to attempt any of the paralogs. But Claude accepted the Silk Dragon armor from Nardell and obtained certification for the Barbarossa class. Just happened. No!
The secret is hard work.
Don't change class! You know, that's an awesome outfit, and I wish we could put you in Assassin with that outfit. You get your butt back in Assassin? Or did you not read the rules? Thank you.
Still got some hidden potential.
It's a shame, though, because Barbarossa is a dope class. In the tradition of Elmira, Claude wields a bow while riding the skies on his wyvern. He can move again after taking certain actions. You know, just like all mounted units. Oh, it would bump his strength and dex. And charisma. What's Charm do? Just now eyes deal extra damage. Neat. Oh man, even Dancer would bump his strength defense and all this stuff. So we've got a fair number of supports here, but I think, since we've already started basically, like we had some talking already, we'll start this as a monastery day, and the next episode will be a support theater. But, oh, Retribution wasn't here before, was it? I don't think so. Right, okay, so most of these can wait at least a month or two, and we're going to want to probably leave them till the last minute possible so that we can be as strong as possible for them, because they're going to be difficult. They usually are. The exception is this one, which ends this month, which suggests to me that the Death Knight's going to be showing up in like the next month's mission, I guess. Which I think I know what place that is, but never mind that now. So probably the way we'll handle this is go Monastery Day here, and that'll be this episode, and then after that will be a support theater episode, and then the next episode will be battles in Monastery Day and battles again, all the way up till the last battle point of the 26th, which we'll spend doing the Face Beneath, so that we can be as strong as possible for it. And that'll be its own separate episode. And then it's right on to the story mission after that at Gronder Field. Poor Ferdinand. Ooh, Seal can level up to Thief. Why not? Give the lad an intermediate Seal. Skadoosh!
I passed.
That you did. Punish them battalions there. We just got a talisman, right? Which I'm pretty sure we said basically. Marianne is the one with our highest res. She's got 28. Lawrence at 22. He's a close second, close-ish second. Most of the rest of our party are not terribly strong in that department. Oh my god, Ingrid has 20. I could give it to someone to try and bump their res, like give it to Happy or someone else I wanted to be tanking, because I have Happy or myself to make us a little more hardy, but I think we probably want, it's usually good to have at least one person who excels in a certain stat. So I'm thinking Marianne being our absolute legend magic tank makes some sense. Now giving those Gauntlets back, where the heck to go? Yeah. I believe you get the Shield of Saros from this one, which could be pretty dope. Is that the one that negates crits, maybe? Well, no, because she got credited way back at Monastery. Maybe it's a different shield that I'm thinking, but maybe you do get it from this parallel. Can't remember, but anyway. Neither here nor there, because it's time to explore the monastery and chat with some folks. Don't think there's anything else I wanted to do here. Number one, let's go to the greenhouse. Now that we are at max professor level, there's no real reason to wait till the end to do all the harvesting. Ambrosia! I've only got one root vegetable seed. Well, let's go buy some more. Set another quest from Anna, because we just got our speedwing, I suppose. Let's pick that up while we're here. Oh, and any other permabuffs, I suppose. Hey. Hello! Spirit Dust bumps magic. That could be good for Lycidia, probably. Have I got money for any of these permabuffs here? Because we want all of them. I actually have enough money to buy all of them. Let's just do that now before I forget, because it seems just seems like the kind of thing you'd want to have, probably, doesn't it? All of these everythings. Yoink. Okay, we still got a bit of money to spend.
Come back soon.
Ooh, hello. What's this? Purple flower seeds. Yummy.
Hello.
Hello!
Tell your friends.
I just wanted to say hi to you because you're the best. Root vegetable seeds. Not sold by you, but perhaps by you.
Welcome.
Yes, here we go. Let's just buy 10. Maybe a bit overkill, but they're cheap. Ooh, fish bait. Let's get that first now also. And I didn't even bother checking the calendar for when, what kind of fishing events we have going on this month, if any. And we want to probably, like I was saying, save it up for the next Fishfuls of Fish Day or Golden Shiny Fish Day, because those are good. Lots of large fish. I probably wouldn't be spending it on that, so we'll probably be saving it until the next month. Fine that I bought it now anyway. And now we can get all the stuff planted here. So that's, we usually do double root and then 3 eastern. Is that the idea? I think so. Again, 2 sprigs of wheat as our forecast for how well that's going to go, which usually, anytime it's been 2 sprigs, there's been a very incredibly solid chance of one of them being Ambrosia. That said, we have loads of permabuffs all of a sudden. So Seraph Robe and Ambrosia, we think we're going to give to Happy. Medicinal herb that can be used as a body salve. Oh, we're not we're not giving them to her to eat. I've been doing it horribly wrong by having her eat them. Oh no. Let me just double check what her max health was again, because I think she is approaching it to the point that the Seraph Robe might be overkill and might be wasted on her, therefore she's going to level up into it anyway. Now we can give her a bit more. So Happy grabbed the Ambrosia, num 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 num, and also the Seraph Robe. Num 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 num. Have that elixir back. Should probably swap it out for a good one sometime soon. I'm thinking Claude is probably the candidate for the Speedwing and then the Black Pearl. Get both of his Sword Dance and his Speediness bumped up. I'm thinking Secret Book and Goddess Icon both go to Leonie to bump her crit as much as absolutely possible, since we're specializing her very much that way. So Secret Book, read it and see the secrets. Goddess Icon is Skadoosh. Absolutely unparalleled 41 dex, 31 luck, which is a total of 72 for a base crit of 36 with anything before her battalion, of course, which gives her 15, which is bringing it more like a base crit of 51 with anything. And then when we get sword crit, talisman permanently increased res. I think, again, we want to go Marianne here and make her absolutely untouchable in that department. Num num num. Now, energy drop probably makes sense to go Raphael and just make him absolutely the strengthiest strength man that ever strengthed. But there's also an argument for going for someone like Leonie or Claude, who is very fast and gets crits a lot. That said, I'm less worried about her strength now. Like, she was struggling with strength for a while in the middle there. Just we had poor luck with it. But she's not been... It's been pretty rare that she hits a point where she's doing no damage of late. So I'm not minding all that much, maybe just giving it to Raphael and making him super strength man. Or we could go Ignatz to try and give him that any damage whatsoever so that he can be proccing lethality more. I'll go Raphael. Let's try and be specialized a bit here. Skadoosh. Leaving Spirit Dust, which bumps your magic stat, and I think we said we want to give that to Lysithea, who probably has our highest. Actually, it's Happy who has our highest. Let's give it to Lysithea to match them then. Num 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 num. Eat the dust. Oh, I took the... Catherine had the feathers of Dromy for a bit there, but I guess I took them off her at some point by mistake. Now she's got a march ring. Who would the feathers of Dromy be good for? Someone who doesn't already have any piece of equipment that they're really getting good use out of. Might make more sense for me than the steel shield, actually. Let me grab that. Let me get rid of that half-baked concoction and ditto for the half-baked elixir. We're at the point in the game where we have enough money and resources at our disposal. There's no real excuse for not keeping our equipment in tip-top. Yoink. And time to start talking to people, I think. Oh, hello.
Since you secured the Great Bridge of Murden, trade got a lot easier within the Empire. Nevertheless, profits are rather thin compared to how it was 5 years ago.
Well, I'm glad some things are going to slightly back to normal.
Can't be much of a trader unless you're prepared to traverse the whole of Fodlan.
Hope it goes back to all the way normal soon.
Reconnaissance is becoming more of a risk the deeper we move into enemy territory. If I don't come back, assume I'm dead.
Okay. Understood.
Good. We have to be realistic. Don't waste your energy worrying about me.
If you say so. I'm gonna worry in secret so that you don't think less of me. Is that alright? Damn it, I shouldn't have asked you that. Cyril!
I've gotta keep this place clean, and I mean properly clean, every day. Dust it, sweep it, everything. You never can tell when Lady Rhea might be back.
Yeah, but that's not the first thing she's gonna be worried about. I fear you're overtaxing yourself.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. I hear we're sending troops to Gronder Field next. Is that what's what?
It is what's what.
That whole area is in the territory of House Burgleys. It's famous as the main granary of Fodlan.
So you mean to say that once we take this place, donuts all round.
If we could capture it, we probably wouldn't have to worry about food anymore. Bread for all.
I did understand correctly. Good. Very good, Gatekeeper. You shall be the first to have a donut. Hang on, there's an orange square dot in the middle there. Is that maybe Nardell? If Judith's hanging out by the bridge still?
I've cut all contact with my family since joining this fight.
Oh dear.
Were I to see soldiers of the Galatea family amidst the host flying the royal family's banner, well, all chance of reconciliation with my father would end there. I do not know if that is the right path.
So you don't want us to bring you for this mission, is that what you mean?
I've come this far. There's no time for second guessing. Not anymore.
Okay. Point taken.
Edelgard's presence suggests that Hubert is around too. He is minister of the Imperial household.
Damn it, you mean we're gonna have to deal with him and his stupid miracle skill again?
He's been around Edelgard since they were children. I suppose he must be pretty happy with his current position.
Well, now, that's not gossip. Fighting in a war, I can abide, but gossip? This is a crime against humanity that I will not stand for. Alois, your dot on the map is twitching up and down, just like Balthus's was a few months ago. What's going on with you?
Word just reached me that the Empire has stationed soldiers in Fort Mercius. If they decide to dig in their heels and defend the fort, we'll be in a difficult situation. I hear it's an impregnable keep, surrounded by high ramparts. Taking it would not be easy.
I've heard this impregnable fortress nonsense before. Hailstorm of idiocy as far as I'm concerned. That bridge was supposed to be impregnable, but we got in. Hello? Help me. Okay?
I could use a hand.
Whenever I think about the next battle, my knees won't stop shaking. I'm scared of getting hurt, or worse. Is there a medicinal herb I can use to calm my nerves? You want some weed? Sure. I'm qualified to give you that as a professor, I'm pretty sure. Well, whether I was qualified or not, I was doing it before for the kiddos back in the day, so. Dorothea, I'm just here to procure some weed. Don't mind me.
The Great Bridge of Murden was considerably better fortified than it was 5 years ago. The bridge was full of soldiers, and they all died.
That is true. Anyway, where's that weed? Ah, I found it. Don't worry, Dorothy, I found it. It was over here. On our way back there. Leone.
We might see Edelgard herself leading the enemy in the next battle.
Could be.
If they're coming out of Fort Mercius, our troops might even clash on Gronder Field.
Mm.
And those other troops on the march. Who knows what they'll do, or what side they'll take. Not sure how we're supposed to form a strategy with so many unknowns.
Yeah. See, I would say Claude will find a way, but I feel like he's just gonna leave it up to me in the last second, tactics-wise. As long as you're here, I'll be fine.
Hey, how come you only ever flatter me in times like these? What am I supposed to make of that?
That is patently and uproariously untrue.
Anyway, we've come this far. Let's just keep putting one foot in front of the other and see how far we get.
Yes, let's. Ooh, a fish, I imagine. Yes.
No.
It is.
Claude was saying that our next battle might be in Gronder Field. Is that right? Reminds me of the Battle of the Eagle and Lion. But of course, that was a very different time.
Yeah, it was so much easier then, definitely.
When it was over, all three class heads complimented each other on their bravery.
I do remember that. That was sweet.
And then we had a party. But we can never go back to that, can we?
I don't know about never, but it does seem dreadfully unlikely at this juncture. Mercy.
So, we're finally going to set foot in the
Empire. I'm starting to get a little nervous.
You're starting to get nervous? What about when we were in like a volcanic wasteland a few months ago?
I guess there's a good chance we'll be fighting more old friends from here on out.
Except for the ones I recruited, such as yourself. Just think how close you were to death. If I hadn't had you join my house.
I can hardly believe we're crossing the borders of the Empire to battle their army. Never thought I'd see the day. You'd never guess from the calm looks on everyone's faces, though. I mean, we're probably all gonna die. Let's be honest.
Oh, good. We're all going into this with the same energy. Nice.
If you don't mind me saying, you don't look like you're in the middle of a crisis either. Perhaps that was a little rude of me?
Take a little hint from me. I'm always in the middle of a crisis, regardless of what's going on here.
Actually, it's the Great Tree Moon now, isn't it? Not that anyone's in much of a mood to celebrate the new year, of course.
Well, at least that'll be some comfort when we go and all die.
If we defeat the Imperial army at Gronder Field, what will our next objective be?
Fort Mercius, maybe?
I guess we won't have much choice but to try to take Fort Mercius, on the far side of Gronder Field. It's probably too soon for us to be thinking about that, isn't it?
Not too soon to think about it, but probably too soon to put too much energy into considering
I'm sure
it.
it's already occurred to Claude, though.
I'm sure he's already got, like, the entire next year and a half of war plans laid out. Assuming we don't win before then. It's not that funny.
I gotta say, it's tough to keep the fighting spirit alive when you recognize your enemies on the battlefield.
Everyone gets that feeling.
So you can't avoid it, huh? How did everything get so messed up?
Well, to answer that, you have to go back about 1100 years. And I'm not in the mood.
Just because we're fighting someone doesn't mean we gotta hate them. That's probably the worst thing about war. Win or lose, I still get a bad taste in my mouth.
True.
It's like this.
Is it?
Graduate of the Golden Deer House, but that was a little before your time, Professor. We won the Battle of the Eagle and Lion. Of course, we mostly have Holst to thank for that. And now he's the greatest general in the Alliance. I didn't do so great in comparison.
Hey, everyone's contribution is worthwhile when it comes to a battle of attrition like that.
So, the campaign continues, does it? Well, allow me, as a professional recluse with 10 years of experience, to volunteer for, staying behind.
No one's forcing you to come.
Oh, who am I kidding? The fighting won't stop until we've defeated Edelgard, will it?
Well, consider this. It could also end if she kills us. If that helps.
Or until we lose, I guess. But there's not much use in thinking about that.
Not for too long, anyway. I got the good stuff.
Thanks. I'm glad I asked you.
It really calms you down if you make a tea out of it. Even the smell is soothing. Thank you so much. Now I feel like I can fight again. Good. That's my legacy. Helping people feel like they can fight. Makes me very happy, for sure. Catherine!
Beyond the Great Bridge of Murden, it's all unfamiliar territory for us.
Have we not been to the Empire at all? Like in pre-time skip?
We don't know where Lady Rhea is being held. We ought to investigate all potential locations thoroughly. The Knights of Saros will handle the search. We'll report back if we learn anything.
Okie doke. Because I sure as heck wasn't going to do it. Hey. Oh no, Judith is still here.
Hello there.
Hi.
Since Little Claude became their leader, the Alliance Lords haven't been especially unified. Now they're suddenly united for a common cause. As a result, the Empire hasn't been able to perform even one successful incursion. Rather, we're the ones who might get the jump on them. It's incredible. Magical, even.
Does seem improbable,
Maybe
considering the past few
his
months.
strategic genius was simmering for those 5 years, and it returned to a full boil once you two were reunited.
Funny how that works.
Or maybe he always knew he'd meet you again, and he was preparing for that this whole time.
That is kind of how it sounds, isn't it? Claude, you sneaky, sneaky man, you. Hey, Sylvain.
Right. Professor, the time's come to fight the Empire, huh? Wow. It's shaping up to be quite the battle.
Yeah, so exciting.
And I've got no problem with that. But that mystery army really worries me. There's no indication if they're friend or foe. Who do you think they are, Professor?
Were you not present when Judith was all? We can assume they're the kingdom. I guess maybe you weren't let in on that bit, because you're from the kingdom. Remnants of the old kingdom.
I suppose it's possible. After all, His Highness is supposedly dead. Well, whoever they are, I hope we can avoid fighting them.
Yeah, well, easier said than done generally on a battlefield, to not fight one particular person over another.
So, we're finally moving into enemy territory. We can expect the war to get even more intense from here on out.
We can expect that, but, you know, it might not come to pass.
I'm really feeling the tension now. I have almost no experience with battles of this scale.
Oh, good. We're all equally ill-equipped for this.
Professor, I'll be grateful for your leadership on the battlefield.
Huh?
I know I can trust you.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi. Lane.
The Battle of the Eagle and Lion. Has it truly been 5 years since then?
Yeah, give or
Do you
take.
recall whether it was before or after I joined your class, Professor?
It was just after.
I'm glad you have not forgotten. It was shortly after I joined your class. I remember it like it was yesterday.
That's what the impromptu quiz time, anyway. Trying to make a fool out of me and make fun of my memory, huh? I was in a coma, in case you forgot.
Thanks to our victory, I've been able to study the Great Bridge of Murden at my leisure.
Oh, nice. Well, for like 4
And
days.
you know what? It's an astounding structure. So much history there. Imagine how much time and effort it must have taken to build something that big. Over water, no less.
Oh, I've built similar bridges in Minecraft.
I hope that someday it will be opened up to the people of Fodlan. A historical site, rather than a military checkpoint.
That would be cool, wouldn't it? And I mean, I assume they're still going to use it to, like, ship goods back and forth. Pretty. Things are going to be sort of intense with you, aren't they?
We captured the Great Bridge of Murden, but the fight has only just begun. Enbar, the Imperial capital, lies far to the south beyond Gronder
It's like
Field.
way at the south.
And waiting for us on the way there is the entire Imperial army, with twice as many troops as us.
It's only twice as many? Man, I thought we were way more outnumbered than that. That's good. That's very relieving.
We had better brace ourselves.
Thank you. Lenny?
I seem to lack the skills required to grieve for the dead.
Whatever that means.
If someone has passed, even someone dear to me, I could stand about and wail or get on with my life. While I'm at it, that whole idea that we must speak well of the dead, I don't understand that either. If I didn't like them when they were alive, then why pretend to do so when they are no longer here?
I know what you mean. I get that feeling too. I think it's less that you pretend to like them, and it's more that you don't add insult to injury to the people who are already grieving. I think it's more the idea. But point taken. I think you grieve for the dead in your own way. You are very resistant to the idea of killing and having blood on your hands, and that's kind of similar. It's on the same vein anyway. Don't worry, you're perfectly human.
So the Boar Prince is dead. Decapitated, I hear.
How did we get that level of
I
detail?
haven't seen the severed head myself. Perhaps he's still alive and leading that army.
Now, Felix, don't be so prone to flights of fancy. That's impossible. Would you be able to fight him?
Don't patronize me. If his head is still attached to his body, I'll remedy that without hesitation.
Roger that.
Either way, a
Don't
major battle awaits
patronize me.
us. Try not to die. I'd be annoyed if you did.
Okay. Well, not annoying you is like my foremost priority, so.
After we cross the Great Bridge of Murden, we'll be in my father's territory. We actually crossed it 5 years ago for the Battle of the Eagle and Lion. Remember?
Seems like everyone remembers.
Oh, this is terrifying. What am I gonna do? I gotta get a grip.
I don't know, he might appreciate this joke. No, I think maybe that's even a slightly too dark a joke to make. I'll pray for your safety.
Oh, no. You should pray we don't run into him at all. The front lines cover a long stretch of land, you know?
Okay. I was probably supposed to say the other one, but I didn't want a chance that I would really made him super uncomfortable.
When undertaking research,
I'm quite curious what he would have
usual
said, though.
method is to form a hypothesis, then test it with experiments. Those experiments reveal facts and falsehoods. Yet sometimes they also unveil an exception.
How does this connect to the giant battle we're gonna do in the wheat field?
You seem to be that exception when it comes to my crest research.
Oh, not slightly. I see. Sorry about that.
Worry not, Professor. Exceptions are what make my work interesting. Why don't the rules apply to you?
'Cause I'm Archbishop!
I will find out eventually. I feel it is my destiny as a crest scholar.
Oh, hey, good luck. Try to leave Lysithea alone, please. Marianne, hanging around are you taking it upon yourself to answer some troubles, are you? Good Samaritan.
I heard that some unidentified troops have appeared, but apparently they were flying the flag of the Fargus royal family. Do you think it was Dimitri's ghost? His country was taken before he ever wore the crown. Surely he must regret that.
I'm not sure he regrets that particular thing strongly enough to actually manifest as a ghost, but who knows? Marianne, would you like to solve this one with me? What's the difference between killing someone and calling for their death instead? In both situations, their blood is on your hands, so isn't it all the same? It's best to just do the deed yourself. Like all things in life, it's about context and perspective. There's less guilt if you order someone else to do it. That's probably true, but I guess? Like all things in life, it's about context and perspective. Yeah, but it's probably true that there is less guilt if you order someone else to do it. There shouldn't be, but I think it generally is probably true. And Eli Scythia, right side by side.
Claude seems filled with confidence, but I wonder if everything really will be okay.
Yeah, he's always looking like that.
The Imperial Army might be hiding the Emperor, and the troops headed south might belong to the Old Kingdom. I'll be honest, I'm incredibly uneasy about all of this. But at this point, there's no option but to move forward.
On this we agree.
I trust you and Claude, but I feel uneasy.
I barely trust me and Claude.
If we lose in the next battle,
I have no idea what
the
he's thinking,
Empire's
so I can
army
only half
will
trust
likely
us.
come surging into Alliance territory.
I don't even know what I'm thinking sometimes, so I can really only quarter trust us.
If that happens, my parents won't escape unharmed. They've raised their anti-imperial flag after all.
We can't take back what we've done.
You're right. I chose my path. I must press on. That's all anyone can do, really.
We'll just try not to lose.
Ease my mind a bit. Just enough, in fact, to put me in the mood for sweets.
Oh, good. At least I'm good for something. We probably want to wait till we speak to everyone else here, in the odd chance we get some more renown from something. Like there might be a quest in the depths, the abyss. In abyss, sorry, got there in the end. But let's just see how much renown I've got. I've got a fair chunk of renown. Luck and charisma max. I don't think we're gonna be near to that soon. What's Happy's defense at? Because I know her max defense now. We're not close to it. So getting the defense boon isn't really a priority. Authority +2 could be very good. Yeah, let's work towards that, shall we? And of course that also gets us closer to the experience +10, which we want from both of these for sure.
See you again soon.
Ciao. Lauren's hanging out on the dorm floor. Oh, I've been carrying around this rare item index for a very long time. Let's go see if we can track down the owner of that.
House Gloucester has changed its allegiance and joined the faction that is against the Empire. The Alliance will thus remain united. But thanks to this latest ploy, my father is more suspicious of Claude now than ever.
Really?
If such a thing is possible. Ordinarily, I might credit his helpful posture toward us to his devout faith in the Church of Seros. But it is clear to me now that this is nothing more than a shrewd calculation on his part. He is only thinking of his position.
It's funny, because you had a different tune earlier.
We are in the clear for now. But please bear in mind that the Alliance is never an entirely stable union.
I think we're at the state where it'll have to do. That's the level of stability we find ourselves with. Hiya.
So, we're finally invading Empire territory, huh? There's not much we can do right now, except pray for deliverance. I truly believe that we have it in us to succeed.
Well, good to know someone has complete faith. It's probably easier to pray for deliverance than to march to deliverance.
We
Hey.
secured the win in our first skirmish. The next battle is a different matter.
I like how that's our first skirmish, like 3/4 of the way into the game.
The Empire will come after us with everything it's got. Even so, the ultimate victory will be ours. And I'm not just saying that. I've made ample preparations to ensure our victory.
I hope you're right.
It's my rule to never leave victory to chance. You can't rely on the protection of the goddess.
You and Yuri would get along quite well.
With your power and my schemes, I should be able to plot a direct course to victory.
Schemes and speed. Those will be your things. Manuela.
I hear the next battle could be a big one. Is that true?
I don't think there's any could about it. It's going to be
I
big.
miss the old days when if someone got hurt, we'd rush them to the infirmary and make them well.
Yeah, this one room ain't really, it's got 2 beds. That's not really going to do it,
On the
is it?
battlefield, there's not enough time to help. People die. Professor, don't be one of those.
I'll try. I might die a few times. Is that cool if I, like, time reverse it and everything? That should be fine. You can do what? No, nothing. Sorry, I'm just thinking aloud. Seth.
Each time we press forward, our search for Rhea broadens to a wider area. I certainly hope we will find at least some clue. But I do suspect I already know where it is.
Imperial capital.
If I'm right, and she is in the Imperial capital, then we cannot save her until we topple the Empire.
That would be the most story-appropriate thing to happen, wouldn't it? Howdy?
If this mysterious military force is the remnants of the kingdom, you'd think there would have been the possibility of a united front.
Well, most of the Kingdom Lords are still contested.
But from what I've heard, that's going to be difficult. Their behavior is very erratic. If they're clamoring for revenge and death, then it's probably better if we have nothing to do with them.
There might not be much negotiating on that front. Gotcha.
Nobles who are changing allegiance again and again. I do not have understanding for that. How can you trust if treason comes with ease? How can you be calling yourself a noble? I do not have understanding of the reasoning.
They're struggling for survival, too.
Surviving is more difficult without trust. There must be some other goal.
I think they think they're surviving it, if nothing else. The other option was for personal gain, which I suppose you could argue that that's more precise, but I think they're probably coming to the same point. They're thinking about themselves. And their people, maybe. Anything going on up here? In that case, Claude, is this your rare item index?
A lost item?
Nope. Oh, hello. Pond snail. Anna's maybe.
Thanks for finding this.
No problem.
I honestly never thought I'd see it again.
So I guess all the lost items now just read golden deer, do they? That's not very helpful. I'm not Lady Rhea, but I'm sorry if I misled you. To Abyss with us? Let's talk to our 4 wolves there and anyone else who's hanging around. Collect our garbage for the month, and then we'll try to see about spending these points. We've got 10 now. Hey!
Listen up. I've got something to report.
Mm-hmm.
Great Tree Moon is finally upon us. It's time to celebrate a new year. We only get so many.
Yeah, not everyone's in the mood for celebration at the moment. Sorry.
Seem to be in the mood to celebrate, though. I hate war.
It really do be like that. Hey.
I hurt my leg in the last battle. Had to take shelter down here. Nowhere else to go.
Why are you referred to as a rogue, then? Make it sound like you were a soldier.
Be careful up there. All sides are bringing their strongest people to this fight.
10-4.
Count Burgleys in the Empire, Lord Holst in the Alliance. I'm sure the Kingdom's got someone too.
Thanks for the warning. Hey, Balthus.
Seems the Alliance has avoided.
He's always thinking about it here, isn't he?
But a glorified battlefield. I may have cut ties with my family, but I'll admit, I'm still worried about how they're faring. For now, at least, my little bro has managed to keep them afloat. He's a good leader, that one.
That's so. I forget the name of your place, but hidden somewhere in the mountains, isn't it? This is probably the first time we've heard of your brother, isn't it? I wonder if maybe he's got his village, his people. Oh, House Albrecht, that's you, right? Yeah. I wonder if the Albrecht people maybe have some dedication to a religion that is not the prevailing one, and that's why he's always hanging around the pagan altar.
That's
Hello?
So. What a pain. What an absolute pain.
What's the matter?
Concerned, are you? That's nice. A little too nice.
Well, you were speaking aloud to yourself.
Here's a word of warning. If anyone here asks you for a favor, it's probably just a scam.
Couldn't hurt to ask, though, right? Can always say no in a minute.
Hello.
Hi.
I used to be a rather important person in the church, but I am in exile for committing a crime. I embezzled some money, but it wasn't out of greed. My hometown was pillaged, you see, and the church wasn't putting in enough to rebuild.
I see. Well, then I stand by our decision also. Probably shouldn't say that as acting archbishop, but you know what? I'm speaking my mind, gosh heck it.
Across the bridge is Burgleys territory. It marks the start of our incursion into the Empire. Worry not. I feel no trepidation as we do this.
Different tune you were singing from last month.
Mark how my spellcraft carries us through to Envar, heart of the Empire.
Which is tragically far away from House Nouvelle, way on the southwest. I mark it very well. An iron bow plus, that was broken. And killer knuckles, wow. What was that rusted bow, by the way? Forged into an iron bow. I can do without. Probably good to sell all those away. Happy and Yuri will be in here. Howdy.
They're fighting people we used to know from the Officers Academy. Guess that's the kind of thing that happens in war, but still, it's pretty twisted.
I don't know that it'd be loads better if it's people we didn't know. It's not good either way.
Makes me feel so... Ugh. Maybe I'll just try not to think about it.
If that helps.
My rule is never to play my hand if I can't win. That's why I'm here. To win.
No other reason?
This is my life on the line. Don't let me down, yeah?
I'll try.
And I'm the one who decided to be a part of this. So it's my own fault if things...
Ah, you immediately took the responsibility off me. Thank you. Makes me feel loads better. Brilliant! That is everyone talked to. Let me just see if I have anything worth passing off to the pagan altar over here. If we could get a little more renown, that would be sweet for some of these statue upgrades. Probably don't need quite that number of Eastern Frozen Seeds. Like I was saying, oh, never mind, that's not the way for those. The seeds you can buy for pretty cheap, and they give for a fair number of renown, so there's a decent conversion right there. May as well give off these things we're not going to use ever, like weeds. Don't eat them. Crayfish. 100 gold for 10 renown is a conversion rate of 10 to 1, which is not awesome considering we got some much better conversion rates from the fish earlier on. But, hold on. Right, okay, so basically most of the ones that are 1 star are 5 points, 2 stars, 10 points. And these ones costed 50, so that's a 10 to 1 conversion. These ones costed 100, so that's a 10 to 1 conversion. But these ones costed 300, so that's like a 20-to-1 conversion. So definitely the cheaper ones are better for converting them to renown anyway. That said, we're basically only giving root and eastern seeds anyway, so we may as well give away all these other ones that are not either such thing. We can buy them again if we really decide we are suddenly needing them, which I don't believe we'll do. About to get a whole bunch of money from this month's battle days anyway, so we shouldn't feel too pressured about keeping lots on hand, I wouldn't say. But that's brought us up to about 1,000 renown, which I am more than happy to spend on authority +2. Let's get that. There are a few handful of us who would be nice to have some higher authority for. So with the 10-to-1 conversion ratio, we could get 243 renown with the amount of money we have, basically. Why not? About to get loads more anyway. Just buy the maximum number of these that we can. Like so. With the DLC letting us do this is probably the first one I ever do where I get all the statues to max without New Game Plus. Right, let's spend those activity points. Starting with meals. Not thinking I'll spend a point on doing any kind of perma buff. I don't think it'll be necessary. Or, temporary buff. I think we'll be fine without. Plenty of us are still motivated. Nice. Sauteed pheasant and egg sounds very, very good. Good, we got everyone's motivation up to max, and we only needed to do 3 meals for it, because apparently we had a bunch saved up from paralogs or whatever. And we can spend basically as much as possible getting Hoppies flying up for that eventual alert stance. Bosh! Bosh!
There is still more to learn.
Bosh! And that's maybe actually everyone who could teach me flying. I could get some more sword and such, but let's go do the sauna, because I've not done that in a very while. Hello! Happy! Let's get your brawling going even faster. I've only ever done this like, once or twice now? I kind of forget how to do it. But you know what? I'm gonna figure it out. Steam. Definitely needs steam if you want to sauna the, It looks like Hoppy and Happy's heat tolerance is about good. About good? What the hell am I talking about? About equal? What are the stones to increase the steam, warming everyone in the room a lot? Stay in the sauna and grow warmer. I guess we probably want to go incremental now that Happy's got like double ours, right? And my sweet spot is a little smaller than hers. That's not a euphemism. So I guess I do the smaller one now. It's the... Happy, calm down. Happy, drink some ice. Happy's warmed up and feels really good. Well, there's not really anything I can do about that, is there? So I guess there's some amount of randomness to it. Or should I have messed up by... did I mess up by increasing the steam first, maybe? Well, if she's happy, I guess that's good. Having her refreshed is all I really needed from that. Probably could have stayed in longer. It's fine, be nice. Happy enjoyed it. Well, I guess I can just do it again, but we don't need Hoppy's... I'm not doing much skill growing of Hoppy. Well, it could help. It helps a little bit with getting my flying up, I guess. Yeah, what's the harm? Let's go with someone else. I guess we could go with Marianne, since she's also someone we want the skill up of. Why not? Yeah, let's just go in with a whole bunch of people. I don't know if you get Hoppy's right one time and then mess it up the next time if it screws you up for a length of time. You can do it with as many people as you want in 1 month, right? I think so. So we may as well get anyone who we're trying to build skills with a lot. Right, our tolerance seems about the same. I'm just going to try staying longer this time instead of just bumping the steam immediately. Oh, that did nothing. Okay, let's increase the steam. Marianne's already there. Staying longer probably won't screw her all the way up, and it might get me into the good zone. Yay, we're both good now, right? Okay, let's leave. What? His was glowing yellow. What do you mean you could have stayed in longer? Don't be so goddamn picky, Hoppy. Ignatz, let's go as well. Our tolerances look about the same. Man, Ignatz is having a rough time over there. See? Now hold on just a moment. Bah. I'll try staying longer a few more times, but I guess we've already toasted since he's so far ahead of me. It just feels really good. I probably will mess him up if I hit a stay longer again, but oh, sure, we'll have one more chance to get Hoppy right. Sorry for leaving you so unfulfilled each time, Hoppy. Anything else I want to spend a point on, or can I try and get this right this last time? Whose skill are we going to be trying building? We probably want to get Claude's flying up as a bit of a priority. So let's do this, Claude. All right, so increasing the steam early on has given us poor results of late. Let's do stay longer first, even though it seems to do a very small amount initially. Maybe you do twice in a row and it's a fair bit more effective without totally screwing up everyone. This is having like no effect whatsoever on Hoppy. Increase. Now that we did it later, for sure this will definitely go right and not explode Claude. Okay. Well, sorry about Hoppy. I mean, Hoppy's in the green, so I would think that would be good enough for him, but it appears to not be good enough. So goodbye. Sorry about Hoppy. Just had several very unfulfilling days. I sort of assume if you bring them over the green line that it's not good. but it's been a while since they gave me the tutorial for it. Well, it's fine. I didn't need the extra flying anyway. And that is all for this episode, my friends, because next episode is going to be a support episode, which we're going to rocket into right quickly. Let me just turn off the UI sounds now while I'm thinking of it. And also take the time to thank you very much for coming around. Next video going up on the channel is going to be more Eternity's Spirit of Justice, where we're carrying on to the second case, which we only just started. And it's shaping up to be a very exciting one. Thank you so very much for coming around. Hopefully I will see you around, Admiral. It's going to be out of here now. Peace! I know how to fight you now. Ooh, food! Oh, Tur.
You're always looking out for me.
That's sweet.
Nothing works up an appetite like dodging enemy fire.
That's what they say. An apple a day keeps the bullets away. I completely forgot where she said he was next. Up on the hill?